Hi, lovely people. It's Jasmine from Dallas Luxury Realty, and I am sitting here today with the lovely, the one and only Miss Katia Wood.
Thank
Hi.
you. Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Jasmine.
Good.
How are you doing today?
I am doing good. I'm super excited to jump into this conversation with you today.
Great.
So, guys, get ready because we are about to unpack something that is causing an earthquake right now in our market, in the industry. So, Katya, before we dive into all of that, can you give us a few details about how long you've been in the industry?
Absolutely. I've been in real estate since 2003, so I guess 20 years right
Nice.
now. And I started as an agent, of course, my career in real estate, and I did represent buyers, sellers, landlords, tenants. And in 2008, I opened my own company and became a broker of Dallas Luxury Realty.
Awesome. And we love it here. So, with all of that experience, let's dive into a hot topic that has everyone buzzing right now. Let's talk about this lawsuit that is going on with the National Association of Realtors. It's like the real estate world is truly in the midst of a storm. So, can you give us a quick rundown of what all this buzz is actually about?
Okay, how much time do we have?
Well,
Well, it's a lot to talk about. It was a lot of different issues brought up by this lawsuit, but originally, first of all, I guys need to do a disclaimer. I'm not an attorney. If anybody needs an attorney advice, please, I want to refer you to your legal counsel. My knowledge only based on my research and all the information provided. So, to the best of my knowledge, this original lawsuit was filed in Missouri in 2019, and the name of it was Burnett and against versus NAR, National Association of Realtors. Then, along the line, a couple of big brokerages were pulled into this lawsuit, and October, this is when the trial started.
mhm.
And I do believe October 31st, 23. This is then the verdict been reached by the jury. It was 8 of them. The verdict was make NAR, National Association of Realtors, together with the other couple big brokerages to pay $1.8 billion in damages. It's a lot at stake here.
Yes.
So that's why I'm pretty sure, and they already confirmed that both National Association of Realtors and other big brokerages are going to appeal. Kind of right now, like they put a stop and a break on what's going on, right? In my opinion. So I wanted to find out, how long does it take, this whole process, because again, I'm not an attorney. So I talked to some very good attorneys who made a prediction that appeal process takes about 12 to 18 months. So we're looking, long time down the road when, actually, yeah, decision will be made.
Mhm.
Final decision will be made, and couple of attorneys actually predicting, and again, they don't know either, that this kind of a case, such a big case, can actually end up in the Supreme Court.
Oh, wow.
But
Yeah.
it's only predictions, like
We don't know.
anything we don't know.
Yeah. What's kind of like the root of this lawsuit? What's the essence of it?
Okay. The essence, the bottom line, I think, of the issue is how commissions get paid to the agents. In most cases, right now, as we all know, seller will pay the commission, which will cover seller's agent commission, so is the buyer's agent commission.
Right.
So the folks were suing, saying that this stops the agent competition and raises the prices of the homes.
Well, so are they suggesting any sort of solution or?
They do. The solution they suggest is that the seller will only pay commissions to their agent, and the buyer will be fully responsible and negotiate. So the seller can negotiate commissions with their agent.
Mm.
This is the solution.
How do you think buyers are going to be affected by this?
Well, obviously, the buyers will be the ones affected by that.
Right, right.
Right. And again, Jasmine, we don't know which way this is all going to go, but that's why when I looked into all of that, that's what caught my mind. And again, I'm not an attorney. what might happen, because I'm very concerned how it's going to affect the home buyers, especially first-time home buyers. Because, as we know, when you're purchasing your first home, it's your dream, it's your, everything what you dreamed of so
Right.
far in your life. So you're saving for it. So you have quite costly loans, closing costs, down payments. So I feel like these people at that point will not have the money to hire a professional agent to uh, protect their interests.
Right.
So this is where I think the major issue with this scenario. Again, it can go any way.
Right.
We don't know yet, but this scenario will definitely not benefit first-time home buyers or buyers of your age, because
Right.
most of them
Yeah.
don't know how the process works.
So you touched on it a little bit, but can you tell me, why is a buyer's agent so important? Because I know, most millennials like myself are probably like, well, I could just get on YouTube and figure out how to buy a house. Like, what is the big importance of a buyer's agent?
Absolutely, you guys do. Well, I think if we're talking to your generation, I think I have to take you guys back a little bit in the history where this actually representation agreement came from. Because real estate did exist and seller's representation was there, right? For a long time before, in about, I think, 90s, the buyer's representation agreement was introduced.
Wow, so it's about only as old as I am then.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Probably a little bit older.
But so that's wild. Why did they start all of a sudden decide that they need a buyer's representation?
It wasn't sudden. Um, Obviously, not maybe a lot of people actually think about it. I know that all the agents know that if you do not have a buyer's representation agreement in place, instead of Texas for sure, that's where we operate, you by default represent the seller. If you don't have buyer's representation and you open this door of the house, if buyer's representation agreement does not exist, people have to remember that this agent represents the seller. So buyer's agreement was created to protect the buyer throughout the transaction.
That's smart. That's very smart.
Because if everybody represents the seller, so everybody
Then only their interests
have the fiduciary duty to the seller, not to the buyer.
The buyer's just out here hanging out by himself. And,
Yep.
just because we believe we can learn a contract on YouTube or Google, it doesn't necessarily mean that we can. So I see definitely, our fiduciary duty to the buyer client is definitely something that I don't think they can be without, in a sense.
Well, it's a lot goes beyond to agents just, opening the door of the homes for you. The good agent not only will negotiate on client's behalf, but they actually the driver of the whole transaction, because they have to connect everybody, title company, inspectors. They have to make sure that they protect your interests. When you open in a home, you might not know that you're on the runway pass of the DFW airport airplanes. And just because you don't hear them today, it doesn't mean that they don't change their flight pass according to their schedule. And how would you know that? So it's very important not only to have the buyer's agent, but to have buyer's agents who is very, very experienced, not only with transactions, not only with how to work with title companies, inspectors, how to arrange everything, but actually very knowledgeable in the specific market. That's what the most important, I think, for people have to be when they're picking the buyer's agent. But we can talk about, buyer's agency, and we might just actually do the different session on that.
Yeah.
But the bottom line that going back to this lawsuit, the buyers might be the ones who actually will pay the price ultimately.
Right. Wow. So, what do you feel like this means for our fellow agents that are having to navigate this sea of change?
Well, Jasmine, it's a great question. It's definitely a lot of uncertainty in our business right now. And I do understand that people are very concerned, especially agents and brokers, well concerned about the situation. However, we have to stay informed, first of all. As I told you, it was just the first kind of a step. The decision will be appealed. So we just have to keep an eye on what's going on with this lawsuit. So I don't think it's anything right now. Personally, people have to start changing. However, it's broker's responsibility to educate agents and keep them informed and make any changes they think necessary. Um, uh, so the agents definitely need to make sure that they pick the broker who is staying on top of things, available for them. That's very important. Keep servicing our clients with integrity. Keep your clients informed.
I mean, with all of these shifts in the industry, what do you think agents can do to kind of set themselves apart from all of the other agents out there?
Well, for experienced agents and seasoned agents like me, you need to work with sphere of influence in your database. Because this business at the end of the day is referral business. Real estate is referral business, and your best closings, your best deals will come from referrals. So remember that.
Yeah.
Also, marketing is extremely important right now, especially social and media marketing. And I know that for dinosaurs like myself, it's very difficult to not only do it successfully, but even to get started, as you know.
Yeah.
That's why here at Dallas Luxury Realty, we have you, Jasmine, who is helping me personally, brokerage, and each agent individually to help to build their brand, because that's what's important. Expertise, transparency, and your brand. Those, I think, three things. It's a lot.
Yeah. I totally understand how scary change can be. And I mean, the fact is right. This business truly is a referral based business. And to me, there's no other way to reach that network and stay at the top of mind of that network than social media. So I definitely think leveraging that will help set other agents apart. But like you said, definitely expertise, that knowledge of knowing, does this guy have sky rights? Like just stuff like that is definitely what our agents should be honing in on. Um, that was a roller coaster of insights that we just went through there. But I'm so glad that you took your time to sit down and chat about it with me. And guys, if you are about to start the journey into home ownership, or if you are a agent that is looking for a brokerage that has the knowledge and the expertise, definitely reach out to us here at Dallas Luxury Realty. You can reach out by visiting us online at dallasluxuryrealty.com or giving us a call at 214-754-7040. And Katya, is there any parting words you have for the people?
Well, thank you, Jasmine, so much for your time and for all the interesting questions you were asking me. I actually have something I think I want to share maybe next week when I do a little bit more research. It's a new FCC rule about the lead generation, actually.
Oh, okay.
So if you think people will be interested, and it will affect not only real estate industry will be affected, but a lot of industries. How do we get leads if it's not referrals?
Yeah.
So if you want, we can schedule something for next week again.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, make sure that you tune in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share all the things. If there's something we didn't touch today, comment and let us know, and we would love to answer your questions. And we'll be back next week to see you again.